Hi, this is Alan Shea with Our Society Show here today. We're here with the new innovative youth of Pasadena, and I'm going to introduce each one and let them describe what their purpose is and what their organization is about, so you viewers at home can see there is no limit to how young you can start to be a community activist and to take a real proactive approach for a better community, especially here in Northwest Pasadena. So we're going to start with you. Why don't you share your name and the name of the organization, the school you attend, and the purpose of your organization.
My name is Sidney Cattouse, and I am 16 years old. I attend John Muir High School as a rising junior. Our organization is called Youth for Peace, and the main goal is basically to create communication with the government of Pasadena as well as the community and minorities to promote positivity and stop violence within the community.
Okay, and what about you?
My name is Elizabeth Duran. I'm going to be a 9th grader this year. I'm 14 and I attend Marshall. And the purpose of the Youth for Peace organization is to just help stop violence in a whole and to just get close with the community and things like that.
And what about you, young lady?
Hello, my name is Jewel Theus. I go to John Muir High School as a rising junior. Our main purpose for me, I feel, is for us to connect our youth with the community and make them alert and aware of what's going on in our world so we can stop the violence and come together as one.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm going to move it along here. Why don't you share your name?
I'm Melissa Villa. I attend Pasadena High School. I am 15 years old, and the purpose of this entire organization is just to kind of empower the youth in the Pasadena area, because we grew up not having those resources, so we would like to kind of provide that to the rest of the community.
Great. What about yourself?
I'm Karina Maturino. I'm 16 years old, and I'm going to be a senior at John Muir High School.
Viewers, remember, you're going to find out a lot about the organization and why it's very important for us to capture this, not only for the viewers' purpose, but historic. From a historic purpose, your group is actually making inroads for Pasadena for the first time. So we'll share that with the viewers as we go along. Why don't you share your name and what inspired you?
My name is Cameron Matthew, and I go to John Muir High School, and I'm 15 years old, and I'm going to be a junior. And what inspired me to join this program was to bring the youth together to stop violence around Pasadena.
Well, good. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to just move out of the view, and I'm going to turn the mic over to now which one is more or less the lead person here? You. Okay, and what was your name? Jewel. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Jewel. And so, Jewel, I'm going to talk to you from behind the camera so that you and your fellow organizers, okay, or activists, community activists, can have the floor to yourself to make your story come to life on camera, okay? And I'll ask a few questions, and you can direct either of the organizers to answer it, or you can answer it.
Thank you.
Okay. So why don't you share with the viewers, when did you start the organization?
So we started, I want to say the day after Alton's altercation with the cops after he was shot multiple times, because I felt on social media a lot of youth my age were upset with what's going on, and I felt like we needed to make it bigger than just a hashtag and take it off of social media.
Wow. And so how did you go about your outreach to get the organizers together, and how did you determine your numbers?
Well, social media spreads a lot, so I just posted on Instagram who would like to protest with me, and I had a lot of feedback, so I reached out. Many of my fellow co-founders right here reached out to me through a DM, and we all just set it up and had a meeting one day so we could get it all organized.
Okay, so why don't you take the viewers through how to be an organizer as a high school student?
Ooh, you want to answer this, Sydney? Because this is who set everything up.
Basically, don't be afraid to put information out there and tell others to come to see you as in terms of setting things up. A lot of people nowadays feel like they're going to get laughed at or made fun of for trying to do something in the community, whether it be good or, good. And you just gotta take that step of just putting it out there and hoping that people will come to you and that you won't be put down by others.
So why don't you share with the viewers what would be your best case scenario as far as what you would like the impact to be with your organization, and what would be an unfortunate impact that you would have because of your efforts?
Okay. Well, what our main mission or our main goal actually is to kind of make sure that everyone's well informed about everything that's going on and kind of more or less impacted by everything, because it does involve all of us and we all are affected by it. Even if you don't necessarily see it, it's there. The bad thing that can ultimately happen is that people become not necessarily divided, but they just feel like
Segregated.
yeah, well, just isolated, and we just want to unite, whether it be Caucasians, Asians, African Americans, and Mexicans. We want there to be no diversity at all. We want everyone to be united. So yeah.
Why don't you share with the viewers your plan of action in the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, and months to come. So I know you are in preparation now for something upcoming. So why don't you share that with the viewers?
So we're actually really excited for what's to come. We're planning on kind of reaching out to the youth, whether it be people 13 and under or 13 and over. We just want to reach out to everyone that we possibly can to, like I said, keep everyone informed and everyone just aware of what's going on. And so that's basically what we're trying to do.
Yeah. Can you also share with the viewers, how did you come about your resources, getting facilities like this, getting people to believe in your ability to carry out your objectives as young people?
Well, we have like a lot of connections through society. A lot of us know police officers. A lot of us know councilmen. A lot of us just know a lot of legal people. So as people saw us reposting our protest that's happening this Thursday at 6 o'clock at La Pintoresca Park, they just started reaching out to us, and we started reaching out to them as well. We started making phone calls. Me and Sydney attended a councilman meeting.
Right? You did now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sidney Catus, and I am an incoming 11th grader attending John Muir High School this fall.
I am Jewel Theus, and I'm attending John Muir High School. I'm a rising junior as well. We are representatives of the Youth for Peace organization, which was made this past week in light of the tragic events that have been going on in our country. Our organization advocates for unification of government and for the Pasadena community to prevent violence as well as promote positivity throughout our community.
This Thursday at 6 o'clock, July 14th, 6 o'clock, at La Pintoresca Park, we will be holding a peaceful protest. We will be walking all the way down Fair Oaks, across Colorado, up Garfield to the City Hall. Through this, we wish to express our feelings towards the recent events that happened in our country, as well as come up with ideas as to how to protect individuals in our community. Growing up in our community, we happen to witness gang violence a lot. A lot of people have a notion that, well, now due to the media and stuff, they have a notion that police are always going to try and hurt individuals in the community, which may be the case sometimes, but that's what we don't want to happen. So we hope through our organization to create a partnership with Pasadena government as well as the community to prevent things like this from happening in Pasadena.
Thanks for your... You want to speak on that?
We basically went to the city and informed them about what we were doing as an organization, as well as the things that we plan to do in the future, and other resources like this room that we're in. We're in a park, basically, and this is in our communities, and we can basically just reach out to the park and say, hey, we're doing this. We believe it's for the good, and they thankfully supported us, and they let us use this room and other resources.
And a couple of our other members reached out to police officers to aware them that we weren't, this protest isn't anti-police officer, it's more anti-police brutality. Next in the future, we plan on protesting and protesting like a lot of issues like women's rights and equal pay and immigration and all that stuff. So you guys will be hearing about us more.
We also wish to have monthly meetings where we can get a lot of people together and have conversation about topics going on in society, as well as educate them on all kinds of stuff. We just want this organization to continue. We don't want it to fizzle out and die, but yeah, that's basically the goal.
Why don't you share with the viewers again how important it is for them to hear your voice as young people?
Wait, can I hear the question again?
Yes. Why don't you share with the viewers how important it is for the viewers to hear your voice and for the residents and the leaders within Pasadena to really hear your voice? Because most times, unless your voice as young people is really heard, do you think you get any results?
Well, I just think that it's something really special how us teenagers, we really started basically an organization and we just help organize every single thing that has been happening with it. And it all started through an idea and it all started through social media. And basically we're just overcoming these stereotypes about us teenagers, how we can't do anything and how we're so ignorant and how we don't basically know what's going on with our society and the whole world in general. And I just think that, yeah, it's basically good how we just got together and we got as many as people as possible and we took all the resources we had and we made it into something great.
Wow. So now why don't you tell the viewers again grade-wise where you rank in grades so they can see that this is not adults, this is not college students, and the range again. So why don't you say your grades?
I'm 16 years old and I'm going to be a junior at John Muir.
I'm 14 years old. I'm gonna be a 9th grader.
I'm 16 years old and I'm gonna be a junior at John Muir.
I'm 15 years old and I'm gonna be a sophomore at Pasadena High School.
I'm 16 and I'm going to be a senior at John Muir High School.
I'm 15 and I'm going to be a junior at John Muir High School.
Okay, Bill, what did you do when you heard about it, and how did that get you more motivated to take some form of action?
It made me feel upset about all the violence that's been going on like around the country, and it just motivated me to continue on with this program and just to keep it up.
Well, I think we were all angry, and with all the anger put together, it just made us want to do something. Like, not just talk and put on social media how we feel, but like actually take action and try to change something about it.
Well, I kind of got involved with all of this when the whole Trayvon Martin incident happened. I was like instantly angry, and every day I would kind of always want this, I would always have this need of starting something like this, but at the time a lot of people weren't as open to the entire topic. So I would post about it and say things, and people would kind of like not necessarily laugh at me, but kind of, you know, say remarks. So now that I have the opportunity to kind of put it out there, well, when the incident happened with Alton Sterling and we heard about it, like she said, we were angry and it manifested into something bigger.
I'm Jyotis and I'm one of the founders for the Youth for Peace organization. Basically, we came here to set up because of everything that's been going on in society. We're just kind of tired of the injustice and the police brutality. We just want positivity and end, you know, the violence. So I'm Jewel, a 16-year-old rising sophomore at John Muir. I'd like to pass the mic to Sydney, our secretary.
Yeah, and Youth for Peace. At Youth for Peace, we just want success and education amongst minorities. We want minorities to participate in the community more. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout this walk, can I ask that y'all stay on the sidewalk so we don't have any problems with the police? Peaceful. If anybody tries to start something, please let any adult here know.
we'll do our best to make sure it's peaceful throughout the whole walk.
Oh, all right. My name is Lloyd Dolio, and I'm a co-founder of Youth for Peace organization.
My name is Cameron Matthew, and I'm a co-founder of Youth for Peace organization.
I'm Melissa Villa, and I'm a co-founder for Youth for Peace organization. I want to thank you guys for coming out here today. You guys are all amazing and also beautiful, so we want to thank you.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Duran, and I'm one of the co-founders. And I just want to say thank you guys all for coming. There's so many people here already, and it's really a success. And we just ask for right now if you could please have a moment of silence for all the victims that have been sadly taken away from us.
Okay, now we're gonna have our pastor pray for us before we start our walk.
Okay, so could everyone join hands? We're about to have a moment of prayer, just to pray for equality and peace.
Join hands with the two guys. Please join hands with the people from the front.
Come on, y'all, come closer, come closer, come closer. Hey, this rally is really about you young people having a voice, so can you give yourselves a round of applause, make some noise? Come on, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise. Everything that was done today was done for you guys, because you guys have a voice too. So let us bow, everybody bow. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you right now, first to say thank you. Thank you for the organizers of this organization, the ones who put this plan of action together. Now, God, we ask that you not only bless us with safe passage all the way down to City Hall and back, but that you bless us, that our point be heard, that our message goes across.
And what would you do if President Obama walked in here?
Honestly, I would really cry, because I didn't think it would get this big, to be on TV, to meet, Councilman Hampton, Mayor Herney. We were able to speak before them in their presence. It's just a lot, it's a lot to take in. Originally, I just thought this was just gonna be a march for our voices to be heard, and then we just go about our ways, but now it's an organization. Now we're getting noticed and recognized. People are coming at us with business cards, telling us to call them if we need anything. It's just a lot. It's a lot to take in as a couple of teenagers for America's youth to be getting as big as we are at such a young age. So.
Well, let me pass the mic around, because I think this is a good question to ask the youth of today, especially in light of the fact that we have our first African American president. So what do you think of that?
Well, I think that it's a prime example of the fact that we aren't what the stereotypes set us out to be. We are more than the stereotypes that they kind of portray us to be. It makes us happy. It makes us feel accepted, and yeah.
and so I'm going to ask you this, Cameron, because you look like you're a man of who's very wise. If you could be president, what would you do with an organization like this?
I would acknowledge it and try and bring it up as much as I could, and just tell everybody about it, and just get as many people to join as much as I could, and yeah, just try to bring it up as much as I can.
Wow. So I'm going to toss it back over to you now, and why don't you share with the viewers as a ninth grader what you've come to realize, because you're probably the youngest of the group, having an African American president during most of your life. In fact, this is probably all you know of for the most part about a president. And what does that mean for you? So that those who are watching the show can see that you and your generation is actually a new beginning for understanding the limits of life.
Well, yeah, when he was announced president, I was pretty small, but it was something different for me because, you know, we never had an African American president. And so it was a change, and it was a good change, you know, like Alyssa said, it was breaking the stereotypes, and it was giving a chance for minorities to, like, you know, look up to somebody, like, oh, I want to be like that, you know, like, it was just, it had a good impact, I feel like, on the whole world in general, I feel like, and yeah, it was just something to look up to, and it was really inspiring.
And we're going to save the best for last because we had to reserve the senior out of the group here today. If you can say anything to young people about their potential, seeing that we have a black president, seeing that before you leave high school, you're actually involved with being a community activist and someone who's actually protesting for a better tomorrow. What would you share with the viewers about where they, you know, what they should think about themselves in their future?
Well, I just tell them that they could believe in what they want. Set their heart to what they believe in as well. And believe in change, because without change, everything will just be the same, and the same is boring, and, you know. Yeah, and okay, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get ready to close this segment out, because what I want to do with the young people here is really have their voice heard. I know from growing up here in Northwest Pasadena myself, living on Wooster and Mountain, when I was a kid, how much I love my community. And I know that I made a commitment to this area growing up. I went to John Muir High School, and as the chair of the Northwest, I want to make sure that your voice is heard and whatever resources are available to you to further your quality of life, that we make sure you get it. But in order to do that, especially you viewers listening to the show and seeing these young people, the only way we can make sure that you get it is that the community has to come out and support your actions and support the position of moving forward with getting more resources. If you're silent about it, you will not receive your dreams. Everyone who's achieved their dreams in life, young folks, if I may, if you look at anyone, whether it's President Obama, whether it's Mark Zuckerberg, whether it's Bill Gates, whether it's Oprah Winfrey, anyone that has achieved it, they started to plant a seed exactly as you are doing today. They believed in themselves no matter what, and they continue to be a giver instead of a taker. And hopefully those qualities will resonate as you get older and as you begin to experience the college experience, the high school experience, and then becoming an adult. If you do that, I'm telling you, when you look back on this tape some 20, 30 years from now, you'll be so proud of yourself because you'll see the evolution. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap this segment of the show up, but any last comments you'd like to make, starting with you?
If you're young and you're watching this, I just say get out there and take every single opportunity you have in front of you. Never leave it alone. Never ignore it, because you're young and you don't really have anything. You need to take everything that's given to you and run with it. So, yeah.
So no matter how old you are, no matter what race you are, no matter what your morals are, how you think, how your mindset is, I feel like with that, you can make a change. Like how he was saying, you can get all your resources, get everything together, and if you really set your heart out for what you want, and what you believe you can do, you'll do it. Yeah.
I feel like the youth's duty is to challenge the world. So with me saying that is for you to get off of social media, get involved with your community, no matter no matter what your age is or any of that, because at the end of the day, you can make a change, honestly. So yeah.
Okay, so a message to the youth. Well, like they said, your race doesn't define who you are. Your age doesn't define who you are. Don't allow people to convince you that it does. We've suffered a lot of that growing up ourselves, and to be honest with you, you're doing yourself a disservice. So what I'd like to say is that you have to be the change that you want to see in the world, a change that others want to see in the world, and make a positive impact and just spread peace. That's all I can say.
I'd just like to give props to all the youth that still cares about what's going on in their community and what they can do to better their future and the future for everyone else, like everyone here. Because if it weren't for all of us still believing in change, we wouldn't have this organization going on. And I'd like to thank everybody for that.
My message to the youth would be to step out of your comfort zone and to try things that you never thought you would try doing.
And with that being said, this is Alan Shea signing off from La Pineresca Park. Looking forward to a great event tomorrow, a great march. We wish you the best and hopefully get a lot of exposure. Hopefully you've contacted all of the local media and everyone and really carry forth your message with pride, and certainly let everyone know it doesn't matter your color, doesn't matter your orientation. What matters is your ability to participate. And we hope that the viewers see this as a way of the next generation making sure that Pasadena will be the model city that we believe it can be and it will be. Alan Shea signing off. Thank you.